And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Dyson Third Baseman. Glad you could be with us today as we once again step into the World Series time machine. Today we're headed back to Saturday, the 19th of October, 2002 for Game 1 of the 2002 World Series between the National League champion San Francisco Giants and the American League champion Anaheim Angels. The 2002 Giants won 95 games. They finished second in the National League West. They defeated the Braves in 5 games in the Division Series and the Cardinals in 5 games in the NLCS. While the Angels won 99 games, yet still finished second in the American League West. But they brushed aside the Yankees in 4 games in the Division Series and the Twins in 5 in the ALCS to qualify for the first World Series appearance in franchise history. Let's go down to the field and check out the starting lineups for today's Game 1. The Giants will have Kenny Lofton in center, Rich Aurilia at short, and Jeff Kent at second. Barry Bonds in left, Benito Santiago behind the plate, and Reggie Sanders in right field. J.T. Snow at first, David Bell at third, and Tsuyoshi Shinjo as the DH. As you can see, Bonds led the league in batting in 2002. This was the year after his 73 home run season. Also of note here, Tsuyoshi Shinjo is now the manager of the Nippon Ham Fighters in NPB in Japan. On the mound for the Giants will be 29-year-old right-hander Jason Schmidt. The Angels will counter with David Eckstein at short, Darren Erstad at center, Tim Salmon in right, Garrett Anderson at left, Troy Glaus at third, and Brad Fulmer the designated hitter. Scott Spiezio at first, Benji Molina behind the plate, and Adam Kennedy at second. And on the mound will be the 27-year-old left-hander, 18-game winner Jared Washburn. All the pregame festivities are complete, so let's head down to the field and get this one started. Kenny Lofton will step in to face Washburn. And here's the first pitch. 254 against a lefty. That's a bouncer to first. Spiezio will flip to the pitcher covering. And there's a quick out. Aurilia, 364. He'll pop that one up. Spiezio drifts into foul ground and makes the catch. 2 down. And Jeff Kent, .685. And that'll be a 2-base hit for Kent. So the Angels get a man in the scoring position with 2 outs to Bonds. Of the .582 on-base percentage and the .799 slug. Lefty on lefty, we're going to pitch to him here. 133. That's a 333, and that's a walk. Intentional pass, perhaps, and Santiago is up with 2 men aboard. 378. Benito will hit that pretty hard, but right at third base. Glaus will flip to second for the force that retires the side, and the Angels get no runs on a hit, and they leave 2 men. We go to the bottom of the first, no score. And David Eckstein will step in against Jason Schmidt to start it off for Anaheim. .541. That'll be hit to Kent. Routine play at first, one down. Erstad will step in, one of the most underrated defensive players in baseball history, probably. 232 against a left-handed hitter. And that's a base hit. So Erstad on first for Tim Salmon. 532. That's hit sharply to Snow at first. He goes to second for one and back to first. 3-6-3 double play. That ends the inning. The Angels get nothing on one hit and they leave nobody. And we're through a scoreless first. Reggie Sanders will bring his bat to the plate to start the second. 440 against a lefty, and that's a base hit. JT Snow, 145, and that's a bouncer to the first baseman over to the pitcher covering. One down, but Sanders moves up to second. David Bell, a power threat, 364. He hits that hard to third. Glaus has it. He'll look the runner back and throw to first. And that's two down for Shinjo. .292, and that's hit well to left. He is power 6, and 6 more is 12. Oops, sorry about that. 12 to left, and that'll hang up. And under it is Garrett Anderson, and he makes the catch to the retire the side. So the Giants get a hit and they leave one. And we go to the bottom of the second for Garrett Anderson. .359. That's a line drive out to left field. Right at Bonds, he puts it away for the out. Glaus swings and misses. Late cut at a high fastball, 2 away. Brad Fulmer steps in. .497 against a righty, and that's a can of corn to center. Lofton puts it away. 1-2-3 for Schmidt in the second. And Lofton will lead it off again for the Angels in the third. 652. That's a bouncer to short. Pretty straightforward play for Eckstein. 1 away. And Aurelia. 105. That's a 305. Got him looking. First strikeout of the game for Washburn. 2 down to Kent, who doubled but was stranded in the first. 389. And the Giants second baseman gets a hold of that one and he drills it into the seats in left field. Solo home run for Jeff Kent, and the Giants take a 1-0 lead. And that'll bring up Bonds. 613. That's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning and of the game for Washburn. But the Angels get 1 on Kent's home run. And And they take a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. First up will be Scott Spiezio. 4-14, and he draws the free pass to start the inning. Benji Molina at the plate. 655. So at home, that's a 665. And that's a comebacker. Handled by Schmidt. And Spiezio scampers into second. That'll bring up Kennedy with a runner in scoring position. 346. Hits it pretty well to left. Sends Bonds back near the wall, but he makes the catch. And Spiezio will tag and move up to third. Two down, tying runs 90 feet away, and it'll be up to David Eckstein. He grounded to second his first time up. 141. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Schmidt. And the Angels get no runs and no hits, but they leave a man. And we're through three. The score, Giants 1, Angels nothing. And the catcher Benito Santiago will lead off the fourth. He bounced into a forced play in the first inning. 4-10, and the free-swinging Santiago skittles it on the ground to short. Handled by Eckstein for the out. Sanders steps in. 143, that's a bouncer to third. Quick 2 outs on the ground for Washburn. And Snow will stand in. 2 outs and nobody on. 324, strike 3, swinging. 1-2-3 inning for Washburn. And that'll bring the Angels back up to bat, and Erstad will lead it off. He singled in the first. 2-10, that's a 4-10. That's a can of corn to center. Handled by Lofton. Salmon, 675. That's a 685 at home. And that's hit well by Salmon down the line for a 2-base hit. Second hit of the game for Anaheim. They get the tying run in scoring position once again, and they'll have Anderson up at the plate, who, by the way, led the American League with over 50 doubles this season. The pitch from Schmidt, that's a 529. And that's going to get past Santiago and roll back to the backstop for a pass ball. And Salmon will move up to third. Salmon has a speed of 4. 1 out, a runner at third. Early in the game, the infield's going to play back. So Anderson steps in again. Pitch from Schmidt. 543. That'll be hit on the ground to Kent. He's up with it over to first for the out, but that'll score the tying run. And we got a 1-1 ball game. That'll bring up Glass with the bases empty and 2 away. 268. And Gets to righty, and that's a grounder to third. Bell over to Snow to retire the side. But the Angels get one on a hit and a key pass ball. We head to the fifth with a 1-1 game. Bell will stand in. 6:32. That it's popped up on the infield. And Eckstein will have no trouble. Puts it away for the out. And Shinjo at the plate. Known as Big Boss these days in Japan. 290. And Shinjo gets a hold of that again. Hits it out to left. He's a power 6 and 2 more is 8. And that falls in for a base hit for the designated hitter. So the Giants have a runner at first and one out. Kenny Lofton will step in. He's grounded out twice. 309, and that's a swing and a miss. Fourth strikeout for Washburn today. And Aurelia with 2 outs. 290. And he hits that well to left. Power 6 and 11 more is 17. And that ball will get out of here. 2-run homer for Rich Aurelia. And just like that, the Giants retake the lead by a score of 3-1. Kent, who's doubled and homered. And that's wrapped out to center field. And even Erstad can't get that one. Falls in for a base hit, and Kent is 3 for 3 on the day. Bonds with a man at first and 2 outs. Well, he's 0 for 1 with a walk. Washburn will take his chances. Oh boy. 685. And Bonds is going to stroke that for 2 bags. And Kent will stop at third. And that'll bring up Santiago with a chance to blow the game open. Washburn looks in. Here's the pitch. It's a 132, which is a 332, and that's hit high and fairly well to right, but it'll stay in the ballpark. And it's corralled by Salmon for the out that retires the side. But the Giants get 2 runs on 4 hits and leave 2 men on, and they take a 3-1 lead here at the halfway mark. And Washburn will be vulnerable to fatigue in the 6th. So the home club has some work to do, and Brad Fulmer will step in. 260 against a lefty. Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts for Schmidt. Spezio, 240 against a switch hitter, and that's a base hit. 3rd hit of the game for the Angels. Molina, 278 against a righty. That's skied to center. Way up there, gives Lofton plenty of time. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. That'll bring Kennedy up. 149, swung on and missed. Whew! fans Kennedy to retire the side. The Angels get no runs on a hit and leave one. And we're through 5 with the score. Giants 3, Angels 1. And Washburn will come out to start the 6th. He'll face the bottom 4 in the Giants order, and they'll start it off with Reggie Sanders. Reggie is singled and grounded to third. That's a 457 against a lefty. That's a deep fly to center. But there's enough room in the park. It's put away by Erstad. Snow is grounded out and struck out. 229 against a lefty, and that's hit on the line, but right at the third baseman. Gloved by Glaus for the second out. And Bell will stand in. He's also 0 for 2. 5:15, that's back to the box. Washburn can't get it, and it goes through to center field for a base hit. So Bell's first hit of the game. And Shinjo will get a chance with a runner on first and 2 outs. He's 1 for 2 and scored a run. Hit the ball hard both times. 226 against a righty. And that's a 2-hopper to third. Glaus over to first to retire the side. The Giants get nothing in the 6th on 1 hit. And they leave that man at first. We go to the bottom of the inning and the top of the order for the Angels. Eckstein is 0 for 2 in the strikeout. 247 versus a righty, and down he goes again. 5 strikeouts for Schmidt, including 3 of the last 5 batters. That'll bring up Erstad. 355. It's a grass cutter to second base. Kent throw to first, 2 down. And Salmon will step in. He bounced into a 3-6-3 double play, and he doubled and scored the Angels' run in the 4th. 580. That's a fly ball to Lofton. And nothing but outs there. Put away easily. And the Angels go in order again in the 6th. We get to the top of the 7th. 3-1 Giants. Kenny Lofton will start it off for San Francisco. 420 against the lefty. That's a dribbler in front of the plate. Molina's on it. Throws to first for the out. Aurelia fouled to first and struck out looking, but then he hit the big 2-run home run that gave the Giants the lead in the 5th. 137, that's a 337. That's skied to right. Salmon with the grab. And 2 down to Jeff Kent. He doubled in the 1st, hit a solo home run in the 3rd, and singled in the 5th. 344. And he's going to reach again with a little dribbler down the third base line that Glaus can only pick up and hold for an infield hit. Fourth hit of the game for Jeff Kent. And he's now at first with 2 outs in Bond at the plate. Okay, probably Washburn's last hitter, but we'll stay in the platoon advantage. Oh, goodness. And there goes Barry. That ball is crushed to right. Way back and gone. 2-run home run. That's the chance you take when you pitch to Barry in 2002. 3rd home run of the game for the Giants, and now it's 5-1. One batter too many for Washburn, but that's all he'll get. He goes 6 2/3. And Mike Scioscia will go to the pen. Let's see, 6th, 7th innings. We got 2 1/3 innings to get through. All right, we'll go to Scott Shields. And he will face Santiago with 2 outs in the 7th. 205, that's a 405. And again, the free swinging Santiago waves at one that was probably out of the strike zone. He bounces it to second. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning. The Giants get 2 runs on 2 hits, thanks to Bonds' 2-out, 2-run homer. And we're at the 7th inning stretch with the score Giants 5, Angels 1. Jason Schmidt will come out again for the bottom of the 7th, but now he's got a 4-run lead. And he'll face Anderson, Glaus, and Fulmer. 346, and that's a pop-up just behind third base. Bell backpedals and makes the grab. 1 away. Glaus, 660 at home. That's a 670. And that'll plunk him in the ribs. So the Angels get a base runner on the hit by pitch. And Fulmer will come up with a man at first. 493 against a righty. That's skied to center. 2 down for Spezio. 511. That's tapped routinely back to Schmidt on the mound. He underhands to first. And the Angels again. No runs on no hits, although they do leave one. And we go to the 8th with the score Giants 5, Angels 1. Reggie Sanders will get it started for the Giants in the top of the 8th. He steps in against Shields. 570. That's a fly out to Anderson and left. And that's a routine grab for the first out. And Snow will step in. He's 0 for 3. Hasn't hit the ball out of the infield yet. 261 against a lefty. And he still hasn't. That's tapped back to the mound. Shields over to first and 2 away. And David Bell will step in. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon, or the evening. That's a 187, and he draws a walk. To bring up Shinjo, who's 1 for 3 and scored a run. That's a 666. And that'll be a wild pitch by Shields. Grip that one a little bit too tight. Goes past Molina and back to the backstop. Puts a runner at second, 2 out. 286 against a righty, and he skies that one to right. So no runs and no hits for the Giants, and they leave one. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 5-1 San Francisco. Molina scheduled to bat for the Angels. I think we'll look for a pinch hitter here. I think Palmeiro will hit for Benji. And Jose will come in to catch. So Scioscia brings the lefty up to face Schmidt, who's really pretty much had it his way so far. Pitch to Palmeiro. It's a 4-13, and that's a leadoff walk. And Kennedy will step in. He's 0 for 2. Fly deep to left and struck out swinging in the 4th. 309, and he goes down waving again. 6th strikeout for Schmidt. There's one away. And Eckstein at the plate. It's 0 for 3 and struck out twice. So Schmidt's been a mystery to him tonight. Pitch, 357. It's a bouncer to short. Aurelio flip to Kent to get 1, and that'll be it. So Eckstein takes Palmeiro's place at first, and there are 2 outs. And Erstad at the plate. .318. Hit in the air, straightaway center field. Lofton is there. He makes the grab. And Anaheim goes down fairly quickly again. No runs and no hits and 1 runner left. And we're through 8. And the Giants still have a 5-1 lead. So we've got lefty and 2 righties coming up for the Giants as Anaheim will go to the pen. They'll bring in Ben Weber. And he will face Lofton to start the top of the 9th. 216 against a lefty. That's a walk. Lofton to first and Aurelia at the plate. He's hit a 2-run home run, and he's 1 for 4. 668, and 10 for fatigue is 678. That's a base hit to center field. Erstad's arm is a 5. Lofton's speed is a 4. Nobody out. We're going to hold him at second. 2 on, nobody out. With Kenton Bonds coming up. So lots of trouble brewing here for Anaheim. Pitch to Kent. 207 against a righty, and he struck him out. Big pitch by Weber. He gets Kent to chase. There's 1 away. Bonds at the plate. Do we go to a lefty here? Just for Bonds. The Angels don't really the only lefty in the pen is Scott Shonoweiss, and he was not terribly effective. So Weber will pitch to Bonds. They're already down 4. And he's done it again, folks. That ball is hit hard to right, and it'll get over the wall again. Second home run of the game for Bonds. This time it's a 3-run job, and it's 8-1 San Francisco. You pitch to 2002 era Barry Bonds at your own peril. And so far today, he is 3 for 4 with a double, 2 home runs, and 5 runs batted in. That'll bring up Santiago. 231 against a righty. That's a bouncer to third. 2 away, and Reggie Sanders. .687 and 30 for fatigue is .717, so that's going to be hit well to center field. Sanders is a 9, and 9 more is 18, and that's a home run. The 5th home run of the day for the Giants. It's 9-1. And that'll be it for Ben Weber. Scioscia trudges out to the mound, and he will bring in Scott Shonoweiss. Weber faces 6 men. 4 of them reach, including 2 home runs. And Shonoweiss will try to get Snow and get out of the 9th inning. 351, and that's hit well to left. But it'll be playable for Anderson. And the side is retired, but not before the Giants score 4 times on 3 hits, including 2 home runs. And they now take a 9-1 lead into the bottom of the 9th, the game 1. So Schmidt will stay out there. Chance to throw a World Series complete game. He'll face Salmon. That's a 209. Which is a 409, and that's a walk. It's not really how we'd want to start the inning. So Anderson. 206, that's a 406, and that's a bouncer to first. They'll get a force out at second, first to short. And Anderson will take first with one out to Glaus. It's a 606. And there's 30 for fatigue and 10 for home, so that's a 646. That'll be a bouncer to second. And again, they'll get the force play on the lead runner. That's 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth, and Fulmer at the plate. The wind up by Schmidt, and the pitch. 603. 30 fatigue and 10 for home is a 643. And again, that's hit on the ground to second. Kent will flip to Aurelia at short for the force. That retires the side and ends Game 1 of the 2002 World Series. The Angels get no runs on no hits, and they leave a man. And the final score from Anaheim is Giants 9, Angels 1. The Giants had 9 runs on 13 hits and no errors. The Angels had 1 run on only 3 hits and no errors. Jason Schmidt gets the win with a masterful 3-hit performance, and Jared Washburn will take the loss. So that's it from Anaheim for today, folks. The Angels are going to have to figure out a way to deal with Bonds and the rest of the slugging Giants lineup. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will see you later.